Hi YouTube, it's Tokyo. I wanted to give an American abroad perspective on debate night that happened a few days ago. Trump and Hillary having it out politically. Now, I am a Trump supporter. I'm pretty avid about that. I've been out about supporting Trump since the very beginning. Um, But with this, with the debate, I thought that he should have been a bit more aggressive. Um, I kind of feel like he didn't want to go so aggressive, maybe because she's a woman, or I don't know, but you can tell he held back. And even at one point, he said that there's some things that I can say, but I won't. That is so ineffective. He just should have said it. She held back no punches with him, so it didn't make sense for him to um, sort of after the second round or after the second after the before the first commercial, those sets of questions. He went after her as he should have, but after that he just kind of held back. I mean, she got him about the father comment. About she also got him on his business practices and stated that she's glad her father didn't do business with him. She pulled personal punches, but it just didn't seem like he didn't go after her health. He went after the emails, but there was just so much more that he could have done, and you can tell that he held back because during all the other interviews and all the other debates and everything else, whatever he had to say, he just said it. He didn't hold any punches back from any other candidate, or nominee, but he just held back for her, and I just didn't understand why. I'm not a fan of Hillary. I don't know why so many people are. I think a lot of people are hell bent on voting for Hillary simply because they don't want change. And I think if you look at the different groups of people, as far as racially, if you look at the black people who are turned off by Trump, it's the same old song. It's that um, he's a racist, he's a bigot, when really he's not. If you listen to what he says, he's not a racist or a bigot. The real deal of it is just that there are a lot of black people who, in America, who are afraid of having their lives changed. They're very comfortable with the way that things are. And Trump represents change that people don't want to prepare for, action that has to be taken. A lot of people don't want to do that, believe it or not. They may not like the situation that they're in, but they sure in the hell don't want to change it. And I think that that's what we're seeing. And you constantly hear people saying, oh, Trump is not saying anything. Trump is not saying anything. Either you're deaf, be it tone deaf, audibly deaf, I don't know. But he's always explained what he was going to do and how he's going to do it. And you can research it online. I'm not even in the States, and I've researched it online. I've even sat through his conventions and things like that are online, available online, and listen to his plan for this, his plan for immigration, his plan for that, But I think that he represents a certain type of fear amongst people of color in the States. There's a lot of people who you can really tell do not want change. They do not want, they don't want to strive. They don't want to, build. They don't want to strive. They just really want to keep life as it is. And so Trump represents someone who, is going to make people get up off their ass and work harder and improve themselves. And a lot of people aren't happy with that, And Hillary, I mean, I don't understand why people would continue to vote for her when she is dishonest about her health. She wants the seat at all costs. when she should be disqualified for the fact that she's just not even healthy. You know, she's just not healthy. And a lot of people know this, and they're making excuses for the fact that she lies about her health and she wants it at any cost. But they would rather have a half-dead person, a half-dead over 60 or over 50, whatever, uh, female in office who could drop dead at any minute, as opposed to addressing fears or saying no matter what Trump throws at me, I'm going to survive it or I'm going to make the better of it. They'd rather have someone like that who they know is not going to do anything for them politically, financially, anything to change their lives. Just bring out a bottle of hot sauce or do the Dougie or something like that. They're very content with having someone like that over them politically to make decisions for them or actually not make any decisions for them. And that is a freak show within itself. That's an absolute freak show. That's an absolute 1000% freak show. That people would accept someone like that. Well, you know, like I said, this is an American abroad perspective of the debate and just a little bit more from what I'm seeing from a distance. But, you know, I think it's really sad because there is so much that is really going on outside of the United States that's going on with the whole world. We're talking about Europe is a big field, like just a playground of the things that really plague the world right now. And the racial issues in the States are like so minute. They look big while you're in the States. If you don't have like an international, if you don't have international footing, but it's so minute on that scale. And people are looking to Trump, like Europeans, non-Americans are looking at Trump because they know he's going to be a major player. And in what's going on right now, you know, Anonymous did a video talking about World War III and the key components. And anyone who travels, it's like a lot of the things that they said in this video, and I'm going to try and link it below. A lot of the things that they said about, you know, all the business deals that have gone wrong and how this new immigration and these refugees and you know, are flooding into Europe and flooding into the States and what they're doing. And if you've done any research, if you've gone to like any of these countries where this stuff is rampant, you can see a lot of what Anonymous has, a lot of the information that Anonymous has compiled. It starts to click. It comes together in a puzzle, and you're like, wow, you know, I've noticed that. It's like there's so much that's really going on, and these race wars, this racial bickering in the States, no one really gives a shit about that. And I know a lot of times people, like Americans, think, oh, you know, everyone cares about what we do. No, everyone cares about who you elect right now. No one cares about all that racial bickering because it goes on around the world. This group hates this group, this person. That's old news. People care about who's going to be sitting in that seat, you know, whose inauguration it's going to be. That's what people care about right now. That's what the world cares about. That's what Americans who are abroad care about right now, because that affects a hell of a lot more than what's going on in the U.S. And whether or not Trump sits in that seat or not, he's still going to be a player in it. He's still going to be a big factor because he does global business. And if Hillary gets elected, a lot of things are going to be worse. You're going to see worse immigration. You're going to see worse, you can't say worse immigration because there's a difference. I'll do a breakdown on the difference between immigrants and migrants and refugees. A lot of people don't know the difference, but there's a huge difference between all of these groups. But if Hillary gets in office, immigration It's going to change, but migration is going to get worse. Refugees are going to get worse. She's just opening up the floodgates, and a lot of people really don't realize that. And I think you don't realize that because the U.S. is so big, and countries within Europe, they see it a lot more because those countries are smaller. It's right in your face. Refugees, um, just how they laugh and call it Londonistan or Europistan. People laugh and joke, but actually that's what it's like. That's absolutely what it's like. If you've been there within the last 10 years, a lot before this stuff is happening in a lot of these different countries, it's night and day. It's night and day. It's absolutely insane. It's insane. And the way people talk. I have a story I'm going to upload about how one Muslim guy tried to force me to say, give the greeting to him upon entering a restaurant. He tried to, and I was in Italy, and not ciao or anything like that, but he tried to force me to say something in Arabic or Islam. And I just like freaked out, like, what the fuck is going on here? What is happening? This is nowhere near the Europe that I've lived in, or like, just, there's so much going on. I can't make this video too long, and I'll discuss it in further videos, but debate night, and this is just such, of course, a general, just not even an analysis, but just a general commentary. I felt like Trump did not go hard enough. He needs to take her head off. He had her on the ropes the first, I want to say the first round or before the first set of commercials or whatever. If they had any commercials, I don't know because I watched it online. Of course, I'm not there. But he had her on the ropes. He had to come back for everything, and it was really effective. But after she, I guess, mentioned his father and the business that he did and him not paying taxes or something like that, he just kind of curled up, and I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? And people are like, Hillary won. What does she win? If she wins, you lose. It's as simple as that. If she wins, you lose big time. So, there's a lot of videos I want to make. I'm no longer in Europe, but, just with the time that I've spent, just the interactions and the conversations with so many people around, from different parts of Europe, and, I was there around the time of Brexit, right after Brexit happened, and Europeans' views of Trump and all of this is just really interesting. And, I think around the world, everyone has to wake up. If you're thinking that racial situations are the biggest deal in the world right now, they're not. They're nowhere near the big deal. It's so minute, this white and black thing. As a matter of fact, you guys look so stupid not pulling together. You look so stupid not pulling together. Because in essence, and I've said things before that have come to pass. It's like, in essence, black and white and all of this is going to need each other in a minute. Trust me. In just a few years, when the shit really hits the fan, all you're going to have is each other. So, this black American, this white American, this whole victim, oppressor, privilege thing, no one cares about that shit. You guys are going to need each other real soon. Really soon. You have no idea. Because you guys are lulled to sleep with that craziness. And that's it's not even a speck. It's not even a speck of what's really going on. I mean, the big deals are the deals that's being made by the government with all these other countries that's allowing these refugees and these migrants to come in. That's the really big deal. It doesn't even matter that it's Muslim or whatever. I've met migrants, I've met refugees since I've been in Europe. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'll do another video, but anyway, I'm gonna go for now. You guys can comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.